We've now arrived at the final performance of the day. I have to tell you that we had one more performance planned. KSG SR was supposed to come here to play Rabab with Tanishq. And I'm saying that because KSG has been a huge influence for Tanishq growing up. And he was actually on his way from San Diego specially to be here for his special day. But his flight got delayed and it's coming only at 7:30. So unfortunately we'll miss seeing him and seeing his performance today. But with that, now we have arrived at the final performance. Like I said, before we conclude, I do want to take a moment to reflect on Tanishq's journey with his guru, Sri Prafulla Atleji, a journey that began when Tanishq was just 6. As parents, Shri and I have had the privilege of witnessing it all. From the very first class, where as tiny children, they couldn't even sit still. I still remember how Profilji would patiently ask them to sit on cushions, so that they could stay balanced and then they could reach their tablas. It's been that long. And in those early days, we saw Tanishq's frustration, actually. His small fingers barely making a sound on the tabla. He would sometimes be on the verge of tears and ask, Praful kaka, tu kase fingers move karto? How do you, in Marathi, if I
It still
translate?
happens to this day. It still happens. Now, every time I play a composition, he plays it, and it's still,
Yeah. So translation is, how do your fingers move so fast? That's exactly what I was going to say. You're stealing my speech, guys. But because every time, just as you saw right now, with that signature gentle smile, Prafulji would simply nod and say, don't worry, you'll get it. Just keep practicing. But what Tanishq learned from his guru went far beyond the strokes and rhythms of the tabla. Through Prafulji, he discovered a role model, not just in music, but in life. A role model of humility, of grace, of dedication, and the deep respect that he has for every other artist too. Over the years, we have seen him guide Tanishq with the same care and attention, whether it was that little boy struggling to keep up, or the young man you see today preparing for his Rangmanch. And what touches us most is that nothing about that bond has actually changed. If anything, it has grown even deeper. Even a couple of nights back during rehearsals, when Prafulji was demonstrating a piece, we heard the same question from Tanishq as you heard right now. Prafulji, how do your fingers move so fast? And then the same loving response, don't worry. Parents should never be MCs. That moment captured everything that this journey has meant to us. So with hearts full of gratitude, we invite you to witness the culmination of this beautiful student-teacher journey. Please put your hands together and welcome Tanishq and Tejas back to the stage for the final performance.
For my last few compositions, my mom said earlier that I came here to show you that Tabla is a language, just like any other language that we speak. And much like any other language that you speak, whether it be Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, English, Hindi, no, I said Hindi already, but we all have stories in those languages, and today I'd like to share a few stories with you in the language of Tabla. So the first story I'm going to share with you is the story of myself on a Monday morning. I can tell where you guys are, I guess you guys can tell where I'm going with this, but every single Monday morning, my mom wakes me up and I never like it. I always want to stay in bed, I don't want to go to school ever. So that in a composition form. Mom, sorry, that's me. Mom, another story. This one's not as funny, but a deer goes into a forest and a massive hunting party is looking for it. And they see the deer and they start shooting their guns at the deer, trying to kill it. The deer, hearing the gunfire, being very scared of the gunfire, jumps away. When the steam engine, it first came into Bombay at a breakneck speed of 7 miles an hour, the Nawabs of that area told their court musician, Ustad, you need to compose something to commemorate this grand occasion. And they composed something with the stroke dhir dhir. And off of that stroke, off of the word railway, this composition was the first Rela. I don't know if that's true, I just like thinking about it like that. Prafulji, I'm very sorry. He's not a fan of this one, but the rest of you are gonna get to hear it, because I like this one. So this one is a horse running.